Hello everyone, welcome back to Skill Builds for Borderlands 3 with GED. Today, we're going back to Flak. We're going to try an alternate build for Flak apart from my main, which I'll be running. My main skill tree is going to be running in the red tree, but after seeing the gameplay for Flak, I thought maybe, just maybe, some people might want to run a stealth build, right? They might want to be doing some insane crits out of stealth and having that monkey run around and deal some crazy damage. By the way, the monkey jabber pet seems to be one of the best in terms of target acquisition right now. I don't know if they're going to change that or fix how fast pets move and attack, but from what I've seen so far in the pre-release footage, the jabber pet does the most damage out of all the pets just because he's ranged, he has quick acquisition, he can do crazy stuff. So, we're starting off with the Jabber sidekick. He's joined by his loyal Jabber companion armed with a pistol. Pew pew. He just gives you a little bit of movement speed there at 5%. We also have the cloaking ability of Fade Away. Flak cloaks, turning invisible, and can fire 3 shots, and each is an automatic critical hit. So, this skill has the potential to be like a 0 on crack. I mean, you're just popping out of stealth, doing crazy amounts of damage. It also heals you, and it also gives you movement speed, so I mean, you're basically keeping yourself alive while running and gunning. Bringing us down to the first tier, we have Self-Repairing System. Flak's maximum health is increased and constantly regenerates health. Max health 6%, health regeneration plus 0% right now just because no skills are in it. And yeah, we're just going to look at all the rows until we select our abilities. Sikkim. Attack command has a lowered cooldown and increased damage. I don't know. This has potential, but unless we see some scaling in the pets, it's not super amazing. I've seen the attack command be used, and the pets don't really do a lot of damage compared to Flak himself. So if they scale more, could be a thing. We're gonna ignore it for now. Furious Attack. Hunter skill. After shooting an enemy, Flak gains a stack of Furious Attack. For each stack of Furious Attack, Flak's handling and gun damage are increased. Stacks decay after a few seconds. Handling, gun damage, Furious Attack stacks 10. So basically, if you're using this skill, you're getting a lot of damage output. Now, damage output's going to scale with your Fade Away. So for now, we don't need health because we're just getting into the game, so we're going with damage. Late game, if you need more health, this might be an option. Second row, Fade Away no longer ends after Flak attacks at the cost of critical hit damage, and Fade Away duration is being reduced by Gorillas in the Mist, name of the skill, right? Duration 8 seconds, critical hit damage 50%. Ooh, this seems so good. So, if you equip this in slot 1, you're getting critical hit damage after your little ability there, so it's pretty dang good, guys. I would pick it up, definitely. Eager to Impress, kill skill. When Flak kills an enemy, action skill cooldown is reduced. So basically, the more you kill, the more quicker you're using Fade Away, right? Whenever Flak's pet kills an enemy, action skill cooldown time is reduced even more. So, I mean, if they scale up pets and pets are doing some crazy damage, if your little monkey's shooting people in the face and getting kills, you're getting Fade Away way more. All My BFFs. Allies share a portion of Flak's total health regeneration, and his pet shares twice the amount of total health regeneration. So if you want to keep your allies and your pet alive, you get All My BFFs. Overclocked. Flak gains increased fire rate. Flak gains even more fire rate after reloading. What? Are you serious? Fire rate after reloading, fire rate in general, overclock duration. Here we go. Overclock it all the way. 10%, 10%, 20% after reloading. You're just blowing out bullets, destroying people, especially with Fade Away. When you sneak up, reload, blah, 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 blah. Not My Circus. After Fade Away ends, Flak's pet will taunt the target in a huge radius. Nope, no thank you. Don't need a taunt. I mean, I don't think this is that good. Just there's other things that are better. Lick the Wounds. When Flak is in fight for your life, their pet will attempt to revive them. Yes, guys, lifesaver for 1 point could potentially get you out of a boss fight or a very, very hard swarm fight. Yes, very good. Turn tail and run. While moving, Flak constantly regenerates health and gains damage reduction. While still, Flak gains gun damage and fire rate. It's a double-edged sword that's good on both edges. I mean, how can you not love this skill? Regeneration, damage reduction, gun damage, gun fire rate. Oh, max. Yeah, max all the way. And then once you reach the end of this tier, you can upgrade your Beefcake Jabber skill. Flak's Jabber evolves into a Beefcake, and now he got a shotgun, and he's got movement speed and maximum health to you, and he also can knock people back with a powerful melee weapon. I mean, temporarily, yeah, you would equip this. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't leave your pet at base. You would equip it. But unfortunately, we do have one more skill we got to use before we get to the next tier. So why not just give yourself a little bit of max health for regeneration and survivability, basically. 4th tier. Until you are dead, the health regeneration and movement speed of Fadeaway persist for a short time. Seems pretty good for survival, but we're up for doing damage, so we'll ignore this for right now. And obviously it wants to be there. So, the Fast and the Furious. While above half health, Flak's gun damage and movement speed are increased. Gun damage 8%, movement speed 3.3% at base. Pretty good if you're above half health. Hidden Machine. When an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, Flak deals increased damage against them. I don't think this is very good because from what I've seen in gameplay, pets don't draw that much aggro off of different people. I mean, if you play in a big group of 4 of your friends or 3 of your friends and you, yeah, this would be amazing Hidden Machine because they're obviously targeting different stuff. But you want to go max this out, and then we want to go back and ensure our survival with 2 more points back in there. And at the end of that row, you have the Gunslinging Jabber, which he upgrades his gear and equipment with an SMG and a rocket launcher. Gives you movement speed and critical hit damage. So, yeah, I'd take that any day of the week. But again, pets seem super weak right now in gameplay, so I don't know if you really, really want to invest too much in pet-based skills. But it's free, right? And it's just an augment. Then we have the 5th row, Unblinking Eye. Successive hits on the same target increase your critical damage per hit, and it resets every 3 hits. So basically, you're doing buku bucks worth of damage. Yes, get this, of course. You got Gorillas in the Mist and Unblinking Eye down there in your skill bar, and you're just unleashing damage from Fadeaway. And then the only skill in this row, Rage and Recover. Kill skill. After killing an enemy, Flak and the Flak's pet gain regeneration. You're kind of stuck here. You're kind of stuck. If you need health and health regeneration, yeah, you can max this with 5 points. But I would actually go back to here to a kill skill where you get either reduced cooldown on your Fadeaway, or if they buff pets again, you can get Sick'em, which gives you some more cooldown and increased damage on your attack command. For now, because we're not sure about this, we're going to go with Eager to Impress. You're now fleshed out mostly, and you only have 1 remaining skill in the green tree. Flak and Flak's pet gain increased damage with the Power Inside ability. If Flak is at full health, the damage is doubled. So, I mean, this number is kind of weird. It just says damage 25. We'll have to see exactly how it scales in the final release. But, it's an ultimate skill. How could it be bad? Flat damage and double damage if you're at full health. And you do have, again, sustainability with regeneration, maximum health, and a little bit of stuff that gives you some regen. You're now fully fleshed out into the green tree and the stealth build with the gun-toting monkey. Pretty much everything here, there's not a lot of room in this tree for variation. Just pretty much if they buff attack command, I mean, you would alter your skills a little bit. For the most part, this is what you want for maximum destruction and just self-survival. That's all this tree is about. We now have 22 points to use. And here's where it gets tricky to finish out this build, because if we find out that pet scaling is buffed and pet scaling works really well in the end game of Borderlands 3, we could totally go blue tree. But for now, in this build, we're going to play it safe with the red tree, because the red tree offers some stuff that we know for right now is going to be good. The hunter tree. You have Interplanetary Stalker, Hunter skill, Kill skill. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain a stack of Interplanetary Stalker. For each stack of Interplanetary Stalker, they gain a bonus to all damage dealt. So, I mean, I don't even have to read the rest of this row. You want this. You get 10% damage per stack. So you get 30% extra damage if you kill 3 things. Human bonus, action skill damage, which is your fade away. If you're fading away and you're hitting humans, they're gibbing. They're just destroyed. Robots, and you get corrosive damage, and beast bonus, you get movement speed. It's all around just an amazing, amazing skill. The next one just regenerates ammo with Leave No Trace. Every time you crit, you get a chance to get ammo back. We don't need more ammo. I've never had a problem with reloading, especially if you have stealth, because you can reload in stealth. Why would you want to waste ammo regeneration skill points when you can just reload in stealth where they're not shooting you anyways? And then the last one, Second Intention, Hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain increased reload speed. Again, you're reloading in stealth. Why would you care what your reload speed is? Because you're in stealth. They don't shoot you. You're basically you're immune to all damage in stealth. This is a rack augment. We don't have racks, so we have the rack ability is up here, by the way. We don't have racks, so ignore it. We have the Stalker stealth ability. Hunter's Eye. Flak gains bonuses when fighting different types of enemies. This is pretty much like another version of Interplanetary Stalker. You get crit damage versus humans, armor damage versus robots, and damage reduction versus beasts. Why would you not max that? Because it's amazing. There you have head count. Whenever a Flak scores a critical hit, there is a chance that their action skill cooldown is reduced. This is really, really good if you can crit a lot. If you're good at hitting crit points, you can reduce your Stalker cooldown by a lot and be basically in stealth mode all the time almost. But we still have some cooldown reduction from our green tree, so it's not prioritized as much unless you want to be like perma-stealth ninja. Ambush Predator. While there are no enemies nearby, Flak's weapon handling and crit damage are increased. I would only take this if you plan on stealth sniping, use your Stalker stealth and then use a sniper rifle to get crit hit damage. It's a good augment if you want to try to insta-gib stuff, but I feel like this one back here just gives a flat bonus that is so good, right? You already have extra crit hit damage. You already have armor reduction. You already have damage reduction. It's just all around good. And then you have the most ultimate skill in Flak's entire arsenal, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. In here in the third row, you have Two Fang. Flak has a chance to fire an extra projectile per shot. An extra projectile. It's free bullets just flying out of your gun at 25%, which is 1/4 of your shots. You're just doing free bullets, free damage. Oh my gosh, guys, it's sick. It's sickening, that skill. Probably one of the best skills I've seen in this game on any character. Ignore your side abilities. We don't have either of these pets or skills, so you're just going to have to move on with your life. Down to the fourth tree. Again, ignore the side abilities. We don't have either of these abilities, which come from the red tree. Big game. Flak's hunter skills become much more effective and have longer duration. We have 2 hunter skills, I believe. We have the Interplanetary Stalker buff, and back here in our green tree, we have the Furious Attack buff, which means if you get big game, you're going to be doing 30% extra skill effect, so more damage, 30% more damage off those buffs, and they're going to last twice as long. Max it, of course, max it. It's so good, so good. And then the other one, the most dangerous game, it's also a hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills a badass or stronger enemy, he gains crit, gun damage, and handling for a long time. Crit damage, by the way, sorry. Additionally, they receive a cash reward. Extra cash, extra damage, extra crit, extra handling for 1 or 2 points, which we're going to obviously have 2 points in this to get to the next row. It's so amazing. So good. Very, very delicious skill. The most dangerous game. And I'm assuming it's buffed by big game. So you're getting a lot out of that. We're now reaching critical mass with this build at 2 points left. Last skill, ignore it. It's a rack ability. We don't have racks. We have Galactic Shadow. Flak deals increased crit hit damage and enemies are less likely to attack you. Extra crit? Come on, it synchronizes perfectly with the Stalker build because when you go into that stealth, you're getting those 3 free crits. So, I mean, you're 15% extra damage. You're just popping off here. And you get crit damage here. And you get big game skill boost for all your other damage. It's just a damage multiplication fest. And unfortunately, we find ourselves with one last little skill point. So we go down to the last Grim Harvest. You get extra gun damage and action skill damage. I'm assuming that the action skill damage will apply to Stalker. It doesn't specifically say it applies to crits, but we're going to assume the action skill damage will apply to Stalker. Either way, it's 3% gun damage. If you don't want to put that last point here, put it back up here in something like Second Intention for reload speed or crit hit damage in Ambush Predator. Your choice, really, with that last point. But that completes this build. You're basically running around with your gun-toting monkey. You're going into stealth all the time because you have extra damage, extra cooldown, movement speed. Your pet is like bringing you back to life in those crazy boss fights where there's just chaos going on. And then you just have tons of damage multiplication in this other tree, like just damage out the wazoo. Hope you enjoyed this build, guys. This would definitely be my secondary build if I wasn't already heavily invested into the main red tree in my personal build. Tell me what you think. I'll see you in game.